What's going on, Infanity TV? Today is Friday, June 30th. I go by the name of DJ Tricey Trice, and these are the breaks.
These
are the breaks.
These are the breaks. You know what it is.
What's going on, Infanity TV? I go by the name of DJ Tricey Trice. It's Friday. You ain't got nothing to do, and you hanging out with me here at the breaks. It is the 4th of July weekend. We got a long weekend. Some of y'all might be off this Friday. I know I will be hanging out here. If you're here in LA, it's heating up. It's a good beach day. We got a lot of good vibes coming out. We're going to eat a lot of good food. The holiday is on a Tuesday, so a lot of people got Monday off too. I'm talking long weekend. I am going to be watching a lot of basketball and hanging out. Let's jump into the show this morning. For Break It or Leave It, I want to talk about men hating on the WNBA. And the reason that I want to talk about this is because as I post videos, I look at the comments, and men always find a way to just mention nobody listens to nobody watches the WNBA, or the other comment of the NBA is bankrolling the WNBA. They need to stand on their own 2 feet kind of comment. So I just want to give a little bit of historical context for the people in the back, okay? The NBA was founded in June of 1946, y'all. June 1946. The war was just ending, and a bunch of hockey arenas, they noticed that they were empty during the night. So they were like, we should have some basketball games in these arenas. It actually was a logistical kind of thing that formulated into a league. So the NBA is 70 years old.
Boom.
That is a long time, y'all, to be developing a league, to have teams, to have expansion. We are also in Canada. They're looking at expanding into other places. So 70 years on the NBA. Okay, 70 NBA. Now, the WNBA was founded April 24th, 1996, y'all, as a We Got Next program from the NBA board. So the NBA actually helped start the WNBA, and that was 1996. I was 7 years old. Okay, so for all the people in the comments saying the WNBA need to stand on their own 2 feet, let's just do it. 70 years, 75 versus coming into my lifetime and it only being a 27-year-old league. Also, I just want to also give you some historical context of what was happening in 1946. None of us was around, so let's just talk about it, okay? Women weren't allowed to wear pants until the 1940s because the war had happened and all the men were gone and they had to go work in factories. We're talking about the Industrial Revolution here, folks. So let's just talk about that. How we was balling in a ball gown. How was you gonna ball in a ball gown? The women weren't out playing basketball. And honestly, here's another fact that I found about the 40s and the clothing that women was wearing. To conserve fabric, because after the war, we were poor, okay? The whole country were poor. Skirts became shorter. That's the only reason why short skirts even exist, is because we were poor and the war was happening and they needed to save fabric. So while the breadwinner was at work, a woman's place was in the home. So no, we couldn't be starting no basketball league. We was feeding your great granddaddy. All right. That's what was happening. And that historical context and the NBA actually investing to build a WNBA, to me, feels like reparations. Feels like women didn't have the opportunity at the time, and now we do. So let's take a little bit of time and take some of that pressure off the WNBA. I'm on my soapbox this morning, but this league is building. If you're not going to help and support, then don't say nothing negative. You ain't got no nieces, no aunties, no women that that can ball or go to basketball games. I'm from Chicago. Every woman I know either hoop, wear Jordans, or hooped at one point in her life. Hell, so let's get off of the comment. Let's move forward, move past that. The last Sparks game had over 700,000 viewers. Okay? Somebody's watching the WNBA. Might not be you, but somebody is watching. Let's go into to the NBA Breakaway Report. Now, this has been a dramatic week. I feel like this news cycle has just drained me. After that submarine thing we was waiting for and all of these things we got, that Jonathan Majors case is happening and all of that, it's like on top of this, I am waiting on this NBA news because free agency is going crazy right now. And another day, another Dame. Sir, what are we doing? What are we doing here, Dame? Where you want to be? Is it home? Where you've been for 11 years? You want that comfort, or you want to step outside the zone and get with some gorillas and maybe get with a team that you would be in the same position with, to be honest. So, I'm not one of those people who are an advocate for Dame leaving. I'm an advocate for Dame to stop roping us into this conversation of, I don't know where I'm going to go. Hopefully they, get it. And that signing of Scoot, for me, I would have committed to the Trailblazers. Again, y'all gonna hear me keep talking about Scoot because I'm a Scoot fan. I think Scoot is a dog in every way, shape, form, or fashion. I know y'all seen that little kid picture of him when he was in like middle school. My man's biceps was bicepping. Okay, when he was a child, mama had to carry his birth certificate. Woo-hoo! Scoot built, okay? So I think Dame should stay. I honestly think he's doing a lot of this dramatic fanfare because it's been a long time and he deserves the right to explore. But Dame, I don't think you for real. I don't think none of us think you for real. And honestly, you just taxing it in the media, just running it over and over again. So hopefully it works out for him. I seen a couple speculations online that said he might go to the Miami Heat. That would be interesting. Dame at the Heat would be interesting, to be honest. With Jimmy Butler with that heart, Dame can actually shoot and create some great offense for the Miami Heat. That might be an actual good play. So I don't know where he gonna go. I personally think he's gonna stay in his toxic relationship with the Portland Trailblazers. He calls that place home. I think he loved Portland, and that's cool. We ain't following you, Dame. We just saying, man, let us know what's going on so we can make our predictions for the rest of the year. Summer League start this week. Damn, Dame, make a decision. So that's my NBA breakaway report for today. And my game of the week, just so y'all know, I just want to kind of drop this in there. The Sparks versus the Chicago Sky. This game already happened. Y'all know the WNBA schedule is a little bit of tournament style, I like to call it, where you play the same team 3 damn times in a row, and it's like fight to the death, basically, the damn gauntlet of basketball, to be quite honest. But the Sparks versus Chicago Sky is a good game because we should be beating the Sky. The Sky were on a long losing streak that somehow we the only team that they beat. It was on like 6-game losing streak, and then all of a sudden the Sparks come along and we lose. But Chicago is a great team with, I think, a similar offense to the LA Sparks. We have comparable players. We need to show our grit in this game. So this is the game to watch because it is going to be a fight of who wants it more. Make sure y'all keep it tuned, locked tonight for the Sparks versus the Chicago Sky game. We're going to pay some bills. And make sure you stick around after this commercial break.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Profanity Nation.
A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
Welcome back to the breaks. Thank y'all so much for staying with us. My name is DJ Tricey Trice. And let's go into Unbreakable, y'all. Summer League is starting. I miss Laker basketball like everybody here in LA. So today I want to go over my dream Lakers roster next season. So I'm going to go player by player with who I feel like we should get. That would be my super team. And to be honest, if you go back and look through, most of my predictions are right. I would say I'm about 60% right. And honestly, it's emotional based on the other side because sometimes I just be going off. But anyway, let's go over my Lakers roster. The first free agent I think we should get, Fred VanVleet. Okay? He needs to come on down from Toronto. I like his style of play. I think he can consistently hit the three for us. I think he's everything that we thought Malik Beasley was. Right? He's got some handles. He can offensively play. He's got that heart. He's going to finish strong through the contact as well, even when he's taking it in. So I don't know how much Fred costs. Again, none of this is going to be money-based. This is just what I want. So break the bank on this, all right? Fred VanVleet. We need him first. Next up, Kyle Kuzma. We need that old thing back. Cuz shouldn't have never left LA. Right? I see him. He's out thriving. I didn't think he really fit in DC. I don't think he liked the weather. He's a big fashion guy. That's another reason why he should come back to LA. You know, also, he's another big that'll add some defensiveness. He can shoot. He can also score in the paint. He's got a lot of that range that we need, and he'll also stretch our team a little bit so we just don't have a bunch of shorter guys since we do have, you know, Schroeder and some of the smaller guards. So let's get Kuzma back. Austin Reeves. I'm glad we bringing him back, okay? Locking him in. AR-15 got to stay, all right? I don't know what it is about him. I like that Oklahoma thing, that country style of play, that hillbilly Kobe style. I don't know. I seen him play in person at that Memphis playoff game. And y'all, he can play. He can ball. He be out there giving it everything that he has. And that little hair flip, that little Justin Bieber hair flip makes it cute too. You know, AR-15. Let's add him. Of course, LeBron is going to be there. Of course, AD is there. Maxwell Lewis is a new sign, probably going to be a two-way. Jalen Hood, another rookie just signed, two-way maybe. Lonnie Walker, we gotta lock in Lonnie. I don't think Lonnie got the credit that he needed. He showed up in the damn playoffs. He didn't lock us down the whole way, but Lonnie has developed this game throughout the season where everybody was injured and he was put in a position where he had to deliver. Unfortunately, once everybody got back, you know, healthy and we went into that playoff push, he went back into the second string and was sitting on the bench and then came off and was trying to get hot again. And then he got hot, you know. We need to give Lonnie more minutes. Lonnie is the kind of player that's going to play hard for us. He's going to play great defense. He's going to shoot, you know, and he's a wild card. People will leave Lonnie open, and that's a major mistake. You know what I mean? They don't know enough about him to double him in places where he needs to be doubled or to even contend and get their hand up in front of him. Lonnie's a shooter. We got to keep Lonnie. Jared Vanderbilt, I put him on the list because I saw that we keeping him, and I'm opening up to the idea. I think he's a great defensive player, and I can understand why the Lakers want to keep him. But for me, he fouled too much. He fouled way too much. I like offensive production without a defensive setback, and that's why I don't like Pat Bev, okay? And I'll talk shit about Patrick Beverley all the time. But if you're going to be this great defensive player, you need to not hurt the offense with all these damn fouls that are putting people on the line, and we losing games by 2s and 4s because you are doing great defensively, but you don't know how to keep your hands to yourself. So don't be a hack, Vandy. And I can open up to you. All right. Dennis Schroeder, he shouldn't have never left. I was sad when he left and he didn't take that bag and he came back. I was glad he came back. That dude is a player. I don't know what is in his DNA, He's a scorer. He has that flair. He has that sauce. He is literally crossing people left and right. He leaving them in the dust. So we need that kind of heart and that kind of playmaking. So Schroeder coming off the bench is a great addition to the team. Rui Hachimura. Rui, I didn't even know I liked Rui until he started doing that. I need to start speaking Japanese, this Black Samurai. He has been really electrifying the game here, and I'm glad he took the challenge of playing into the Lakers. So when he got here, it wasn't really hitting as much, but he got with the coaches. He got that little skyhook jumper thing. He started learning how to score off of the contact. He started hitting those threes. I think he really developed his game and has found his home in LA. So I'm glad Rui is still on the team. Wenyen Gabriel, I don't know. Or do we have any other options? I like Wenyen Gabriel, but he don't score enough for me. I do like that, he can hold it down a little bit. I feel like while all the starters are on the bench and getting Gatorade and water and, electrolytes and stretching out, he can just hold it down. So it's not like the other team is on a 10-0 run, but they might be on a 7-0 run. You know what I mean? So Wenyen, I'm not sure. Max Christie, we need to see Max Christie play this season, okay? I'm done with this G League, two-way, whatever is happening. I'm looking at you in the Summer League, Max Christie. It is your time to join the roster and help us, all right? Troy Brown Jr., I like Troy. He's been a great player as well in the mid-range, as well as a three-point shooter. He's been hitting some threes in the corner. Sometimes Troy, if he get open, he might hit. So I think we need him. Let's talk about D'Lo. I wanted to bet on D'Lo. I believed in D'Lo. I think the lights got bright for D'Lo, and it didn't really connect. I don't know if he is a fit for us, so I'm thinking that we should pass on D'Lo. We need to find another point guard that's going to be able to play that, but D'Lo for sure got to go. Mo Bamba, no production, waived. Not his fault really, but I didn't think he would fit in with the Lakers offense anyway, to be honest. Malik Beasley, he shrunk in the Lakers' lights, and I feel for Malik Beasley because he was such a great shooter, great player, but you can just see how the pressure was just eating his ass up, y'all. As we got further and further into the playoffs, it was almost like he was looking like, please don't put me in the game. You know what I mean? You get your coach that look like, you want me? Tag me in? Who I got on? Coach, I need help. Can I? That's the kind of situation it ended up turning to be. And it's like, he's a great player. I'm sure he'll do well somewhere else, but the Los Angeles is just too much of a big stage for Malik Beasley. Shaquille Harrison, we'll see. Summer League, I'm calling drop. Tristan Thompson, I wasn't on board with that anyway. Drop, just in general. I don't know what we were doing there, so that's who I want. I'm sure there are other players that we should add. There are some wild cards that I didn't mention. Y'all drop some in the comments. Who do you want to see on the Lakers team? I'm really looking on the internet to see whose people's predictions are, because there are some players that I'm not so well versed on, and I would be like, okay, come play for us. Come to Death Row. Bring your talent to Death Row. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I want to break out with my final comment. The BET Awards just came out, y'all, and it's the hottest social event of the summertime here early opening up, and it just needs to not be a live production anymore, to be honest. I think that it has turned into a situation where now our social media influencers are way too impressionable. They are social media driven. They have no microphone training. Tiana Taylor Mama called her after she won the award and FaceTimed her, and we as an audience member had to sit there and wait. It got so bad that I had to turn it off. So at this point, BET, please, Tyler Perry just bought it, record it the day before and just air it the next day. We don't need to see all those bad production kinks and all of that. Are we going to another commercial break? Are we doing that? All right, let's go to another commercial break. We'll be back in a sec here.
Profanity Nation.
A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. Let's jump into Heartbreak Hotel. My heart is breaking this week for James Harden. Just kidding. We all knew he was leaving Philly, right? It's a fake Heartbreak Hotel. He's now declined his player option.
Bye-bye.
And is working to get a trade. Y'all, you heard it here first. He's going to Houston. Ime, the new coach, I don't think James Harden even is interested in the ring. He's interested in comfort and being able to go to the strip club and chill. And I love that for him. James, I love that for you. I want that work-life, home-life balance for you, okay? He's going back to Houston. Everybody is also saying that he might go to some West Coast teams. I don't think he's really planning to contend. I think he's cool with building and just, getting more money at the team that he wants to go to. So I'm calling his heart is going to be warm and he's going to go home to Houston. But we'll see. We'll see how that ends up going. Break the bank. Let's talk about the Suns. I looked at some numbers this past week, and the Suns are paying $162 million for their top 4 players, y'all. How do they have any money left? The rest of the team is getting paid in gum for the rest of the season because there is not how much. Okay, so Kevin Durant, $47.6 million this year. Devin Booker, $36 million this year, which is like, I think D Book should be getting more money, right? I don't want to say that too loud because that's kind of controversial, but Devin Booker's production has been crazy. But anyway, Aiden, he's making $32.4 million, and then the Beal deal is $46.7 million, so $162 million, and that's a lot. That's a lot. And to be honest, I don't even know if they're going to be healthy enough to contend for the whole season. We don't know. We don't have no proof. There is no defining fact that would, in my opinion, justify investing that much in just 4 players. I don't know what other players are. They would have to get rid of somebody to bring in some lower level players to kind of fill their roster. I think they putting all their eggs in this one basket. And then not to mention next year Kevin Durant gets a raise for $51 million, and then Devin Booker, it looked like he jumped up to $50 million. We need to double check that. I'm gonna double check that, but that's what it said he go up to. I think Devin Booker should have been the highest paid Suns player because his production, his consistency, that's what it is. So yeah, break the bank. The Suns, I don't know how much money they have. I'm excited to see how their team actually shakes out after the summer league and what their finalized roster is and the salary cap and everything. And I don't know, maybe they know something that we don't know, or it's gold underneath their stadium or oil or something because whoa, that's a lot of money. Thank y'all so much for joining this week's breaks. Another thing I want to announce is I will be guesting tonight on the LA Sparks weekly post-game show. So the Sparks are playing the Chicago Sky, and directly after the game, make sure you keep it locked to Infanity TV. We will be discussing what happened, where we stand, and how the season is moving along. We'll see y'all after that long holiday weekend. Be safe. Keep Keep it locked here on Infanity TV.